Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay and we are talking some Star Wars Legion news. Probably fresh, hot off the press, probably from Adepticon or whatever it is. But we have some articles as well. We have Han Solo and the Rebel Commandos, which is our first Special Forces unit. We spoke a little bit in our Wave 2 speculation about it being Han Solo, possibly because of his new film. We've not got a taste of the Imperials yet, but Boba Fett has it's got to be a possible option at least. It might not be the case, but he's got to be up there, hasn't he? So yeah, let's have a look at the articles themselves. Here we go. Here's Han Solo first and foremost. He's a commander, so I mean, I don't know what else we would have expected. I mean, he's a mercenary, so maybe you could have expected himself to be a special forces, but here is his card. He's 120 points. He's got low profile, which if you've got light cover lets you get heavy cover basically. Gunsling is an interesting one because it's going to let him shoot at one unit with a ranged attack and then get a free other ranged attack against a different unit. It has to be a different unit though. Sharpshooter, that's going to negate, well, one cover because he's sharpshooter 1. And Uncanny Luck is going to let him reroll up to 2 dice when he's rolling his defensive dice. Very interesting. He's got 6 wounds, white defense dice, 2 courage. He's got an attack to crit, well, a surge to crit on his attack. He's got a defensive surge as well. His movement 2. His blaster pistols 2 red dice, and he can take 3 upgrades. Now, I can't really read improvised orders or anything like that, but diversion's interesting because when you use it, you get to give orders to 2 trooper units, and an enemy must attack those trooper units that have got an order token if they are able to do so. So basically, it's saying, don't shoot at me, shoot at these guys, which... very Han Solo, shall we say. So pretty interesting card set there that he's got. I'm very excited about this. It's interesting to have our third commander at least. And we'll have a look at, there's one card that it shows that isn't in the pictures, and that is Sorry About the Mess. Now the interesting thing about this is this is a classic hand shot first kind of thing. Because it's treated as a 1 pip order, but it actually comes before. It's like guarantees first basically. While building this command, Han, treat this card as though it has 1 pip. When Han is issued an order, he gains 1 aim token and 1 dodge token, so he's going to go first and he's going to get an aim and he's going to get a dodge. Pretty interesting. So if you want Han to do his business on that turn, then you're going to use Sorry About the Mess. It's a classic hand shot first kind of thing. The last interesting thing on this page, well, probably is more if you can read the stuff I just can't, is that it is scheduled for the 3rd quarter of 2018, which I guess is technically July to September, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually proves to be the case. But yeah, you can see here they're talking about Gunslinger, so he can shoot 1 unit and then shoot another unit. Pretty sweet. All in all, I think that's very thematic. I'm not that keen on his face in this picture, but that was the same with Leia. I wasn't happy with her face in one of the pictures, but I actually thought she ends up looking pretty damn sweet. And yeah, well, that's Han Solo. Will we get Boba Fett? I've got to say the odds are likely in that favour. Never tell me the odds. I'm just stringing things together again. However, a very interesting one here is the Rebel Commando. So it's our first Special Forces unit, and they have a very interesting setup. They've got these really cool cloaked infantry Endori looking figures. The points are 60 points, but it's like, what's this other card? Well, we'll get onto this. Oh, I still can't read what duck and cover means, but they have low profile, which I think while defending, if you have light cover, you improve your cover by 1. That's what we said for Han Solo, so it should have been the same here. Scout 2, that lets you perform a 2 move after you deploy, so it's going to let you get into a very unique position with these. They've got sharpshooter 1, so they're going to ignore cover by 1 as well. Black dice on their attack, and it's like, what are these here? These are proton charges. Now we don't actually know exactly what these do. We can sort of semi-see here. It's like range 1. It's probably if you move into range 1, it's like a standby action. It will then activate that. Obviously, I'm speculating that we actually don't see it. They can take a lot of upgrades, which is very interesting. Spies, saboteurs, and assassins. Well, yes, so the main interesting thing about this Special Forces unit is that you could actually run them as 2 different units. And probably the same unit, like the same kit, can be run simultaneously as 2 different units, because you can run a unit of 4 for 60 points, and then you can take a heavy team as normal. That's one of their upgrades. Or, and that's, as I said, that's 60 points. Or you can take a Rebel Commando, like, I'm not sure what they call it here. They do have a name. It's, I can't see it, but it's basically a heavy weapon team only. So what it does is you actually take one normal Rebel Commando and then one heavy weapon, basically, and it's a unit of 2, and it's only 16 points. So you basically get whatever special weapon it is plus one guy, and for 16 points. It's very interesting, very unique to these, I think. And the fact that they're so cheap means you're very easy to just throw in to any list if you're short of the points or what have you, and they can probably do a decent job like that. What are the special weapons? Well, it doesn't actually go into too much detail here. It just says the sniper rifle and the proton charges. We don't 100% know what they do. They say they'll give us more information in the future. But very interesting. For me, both very thematic, and that's what I really like about this. Like, you know, who knows how good they're going to be relative to like everything else at the moment. It's a little bit too early to possibly speculate, but we do know how it feels and how they look, and I'm happy about both of those. Very interesting cards as well. So we can see another upgrade there. That, I think, is a communication one, isn't it? Might not be 100% sure, but that does leave up possibilities about our old units that we've already got getting upgraded in different ways as well. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But for me, I have to say I'm very excited about these. Let me know your thoughts. With Han Solo was going to happen. I think we all knew that. It's interesting to see him, interesting to see the kind of route they're taking with him, how much he costs, that kind of thing. We didn't know about the special forces, but they're here. They are here. We've got our first special forces unit. I expect we'll see something very similar for the Imperials. I don't really know if we get Boba Fett. I'm not really sure if we'll get like special Imperial Commandos or something like that. Stormtroopers or whatever they have. Can't remember the names. I want to say Death Guard, but that's Death Watch. I can't remember. Either way, I'm very excited about this. Very interesting. Q3, it's not immediate, but I think we're looking at maybe like once every 2 months, once every 3 months to have a release, and that'll keep things interesting and exciting. And it's interesting they announced this now. I suspect we'll get the other one maybe. I mean, we could get it tomorrow, but I think Monday might be more likely. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm very excited. And yeah, it's so much fun. I'm enjoying assembling the miniatures and all that kind of stuff, making terrain, and it's nice to see we're just going to be able to continue. Have a most beautiful day, guys, and goodbye. Bye, guys.